Huh? What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2017 movie Spider-Man Homecoming. So, in this movie, following the events of Captain America Civil War, Peter Parker, with the help of his mentor Tony Stark, tries to balance his life as an ordinary high school student in Queens while fighting crime as a superhero alter ego Spider-Man as a new threat the Vulture emerges. And throughout this movie, he's trying to prove himself that he has what it takes to be an Avenger. This movie is absolutely great. I've always loved Spider-Man Homecoming ever since it first came out and everything. I remember being super hyped for this movie. And the first time I saw it, I wasn't quite sure how I felt about it because it was so different from any of the other Spider-Man movies. But every time I've rewatched it, it's grown on me, and I just absolutely love this movie, and it's become one of my favorites of the MCU, and it's always been one of my favorites, but it really is one of my favorites. It's really grown on me over the years, and everything. I never hated it or thought it was bad or anything. I always thought it was pretty good. Tom Holland is just absolutely great as Spider-Man in all of the movies that he's in, and this one's no exception. He's great in here, and this was a really good introduction to some of the side characters that become bigger parts in this trilogy, such as Ned and MJ, although MJ barely has anything to do in this movie. She's not in here very much. One of the biggest criticisms that this movie had was that people felt like Zendaya being in this movie was pointless, and she was just in there to be in there and stuff. But I didn't really think that. I kind of had a feeling that they were going to do more with her in future movies. They wouldn't just cast someone that was already well known like Zendaya, just have her in there for no reason and everything. And I thought she was fine in this movie. She just doesn't do a lot. But Jacob Batalon as Ned Leeds is one of my favorite characters in this movie. He's just absolutely hilarious and really great buddy to Peter Parker and everything. You just can't help but love him. He's funny and just a lot of fun to watch. And Jacob Batalon does a really great job playing him, brings a lot of charm to the character. And then you got the villain of the movie, Adrian Toomes, played by Michael Keaton, also known as the Vulture. He's hands down one of the best Spider-Man villains. He was probably the best Spider-Man villain since Doc Ock when this movie came out, and he just was absolutely great, and one of my absolute favorite characters in this movie is Adrian Toomes. Michael Keaton just does such a great job playing him and everything. I think he was really great in this movie, so I absolutely loved him in here. And all in all, I think that the cast are just great in here. The visual effects are pretty good too. There's not a lot of really bad CGI or anything. It's a smaller budgeted movie, so the effects work is a smaller scale, so it doesn't really ruin the movie or anything. Nothing too bad or anything. And I think this story is really good. I really enjoy this young and naive version of Peter who is just desperate to become an Avenger, and I forgot like how different he is now compared to when this movie first came, or how he was in this first movie. Watching Peter's arc and stuff unfold in these rewatches after knowing what's going to happen is kind of fun and interesting to watch, and everything. But I thought he was good too, and Michael Giacchino's score is really good. I don't think this is his best score in the Spider-Man trilogy. I think that would go to No Way Home, but I think this one is really good, and I love that they included the original Spider-Man theme during the Marvel logo opening. I thought that was really cool, and I love his theme for Spider-Man. It fits this version really well and everything, and it's really grown on me and everything. I think his score is almost as good as the score for Sam Raimi's Spider-Man from Danny Elfman. I think both of them have great scores for this particular character, kind of like how Hans Zimmer and Danny Elfman both had great scores for Batman. I think this one is really good too. And all in all, I just really enjoyed this movie. I think it's a lot of fun. The smaller scale is a lot of fun. The high school setting is fun. I love the Ferris Bueller reference when he's running through the yards during the scene when he's trying to go to the Vulture. And I love that scene. And he doesn't have anything to swing on and stuff. I love that part where he just has to run through the yards and you see Ferris Bueller playing on the TV. I thought that was a really cool little Easter egg. And this is just a really fun movie. And everything. It kind of feels like a John Hughes movie mixed with a superhero, and it works really well and everything. And I love Adrian Toome's motivations too. Like his motivation is he's just wanting to put food on the table for his family. And he's just a working class dude and everything. I think his motivations are pretty cool and makes him relatable and all that too. And that's one of the things that I felt like the Amazing Spider-Man movies were missing, is the humanity in their villains, like the Sam Raimi movies did. And this one brought back the humanity in him, because even though he's not a good guy or anything, you can understand where he's coming from, and you can see some humanity in him when he doesn't reveal who Peter Parker's identity is at the end of the movie during the post-credit scenes and stuff. Just little things about that, like that just make him a likable villain and everything. So, and he's not a good guy, but you can't help but like him because of the charm of the character. And part of that comes down to Michael Keaton. He's just a really charming actor and is able to bring a lot of charm to his characters and stuff. But yeah, so all in all, I really like Spider-Man Homecoming. It gets better every time I watch it, I think. And it's one I've seen quite a few times. I'd say I'd give it a 9.5 out of 10. It's really enjoyable, and it's definitely worth checking out if you're a Spider-Man fan. If you haven't seen it already, which more than likely you have if you're watching this video. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of Spider-Man Homecoming. I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.